It's a sound that used to represent connection. But today, for many of us, a ringing phone feels like a social ambush. You watch the screen, pulse racing, waiting for it to stop so you can immediately type, "Hey, sorry I missed your call, what's up?" Why has the human voice, our oldest tool for connection, become so stressful? Today, we're looking at the psychology of why we prefer the screen over the stream. If you've ever felt your stomach drop when your phone starts ringing, you're not alone. We've somehow reached a point where the very device designed to connect us has become a source of dread. But this isn't just about being antisocial or lazy. There's actual psychology at work here, and understanding it might change how you think about your next conversation. The first reason we avoid calls comes down to one powerful word: control. A phone call is what psychologists call synchronous communication. It's live, unedited, and raw. There is no undo button for a stutter or an awkward silence. Every word comes out in real time, and you can't take it back. Texting, on the other hand, is asynchronous. It gives you the luxury of the pause. You can write, delete, and rewrite a thought until it's perfect. This reduces what researchers call evaluation apprehension, the fear of being judged for a slip of the tongue. In a text, you aren't just communicating, you're curating your best self. You become the editor of your own thoughts, crafting each message like a miniature essay. And that feels safe. Psychology calls this phenomenon the social shield. It's the protective barrier we build between our authentic, messy selves and the polished version we want others to see. When you text, you're not vulnerable. When you call, you are. And vulnerability, even with people we love, can feel terrifying. Then, there's the shift in social etiquette. A phone call is a demand for immediate attention. It's an interruption of someone else's time, dropping into their day without warning or permission. A text, however, is a request. It sits quietly in the cloud, waiting for the recipient to be ready. Think about it this way: a call is like someone walking into your house unannounced. A text is like leaving a note on the doorstep. One feels intrusive. The other feels considerate. In our always-on culture, where we're constantly juggling work, family, social media, and a dozen other demands, we've become fiercely protective of our mental bandwidth. We prefer texting because it preserves our autonomy. We get to decide when the conversation happens, rather than being forced into a live performance the moment the phone rings. It's not that we don't care about the person calling. It's that we've lost control over our own schedule, and texting is one of the few ways we can take it back. But here's where things get complicated. By choosing the screen, we lose what communication experts call paralinguistic cues: tone, pitch, and timing. These aren't just nice to haves. Research shows that 38% of communication is vocal tone. Without it, we rely on emojis and punctuation to do the heavy lifting. A simple "okay" can mean a dozen different things depending on whether it's said warmly or coldly, quickly or slowly. This creates what I call the intimacy paradox. We feel safer behind the screen, but that safety creates a barrier. We avoid the anxiety of a call, but we also miss out on something precious: the hit of oxytocin, the bonding hormone that only comes from hearing a human voice. We protect ourselves from discomfort, but we also starve ourselves of true connection. And that's the guilt you might be feeling right now. Because deep down, we know that something's been lost. We know that our relationships are thinner than they used to be. We know that avoiding calls means avoiding intimacy, even when intimacy is exactly what we need. Studies have shown that even short voice conversations create stronger emotional bonds than longer text exchanges. The sound of someone's laughter, the pause before they answer a difficult question, the warmth in their voice when they say your name, these things can't be replicated with words on a screen. And when we consistently choose the shield over the voice, we are choosing safety over depth. So, what do we do with all this? Texting isn't bad. It's a tool for precision. It's perfect for logistics, quick questions, and moments when you genuinely need to think before you speak. But calling is a tool for presence. It's for moments when someone needs to feel you, not just read you. The dread we feel isn't usually about the person calling. It's about the loss of control, the vulnerability, and the demand on our attention. But maybe that's exactly what we need more of. Maybe being slightly uncomfortable, slightly vulnerable, and slightly present is the price of actual connection. The secret to modern communication isn't picking one side. It's knowing when to hide behind the shield and when to let your voice be heard. So, the next time it rings, maybe don't let it go to voicemail. Maybe take a breath and answer. Because on the other end of that call isn't an ambush. It's a person who chose your voice over everyone else's silence. Thanks for watching.